What's going on, Freightskills, and welcome to a new video. It's great to have you back, and in this video we're talking about a really important topic that's going to affect a lot of freight brokers, dispatchers, and trucking companies in the next few months. All right, this is a very time-centric topic. It's something that's really going to affect everybody, and I want to make sure that you are prepared for what's to come. All right, so we're going to be talking about the recession that is supposed to be coming early next year. We're actually already getting into it right now. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to prepare yourself and not only survive, but thrive as a freight broker during these really hard times. Now, before we get into that, you know the drill. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of the freight broker updates that I have coming your way. We have a lot of good stuff coming through the channel. We're picking up the volume on our videos and the channel is growing really, really quickly. I don't want you to miss anything, all right? It will really help me out if you like and follow this video. Now, one of the things that probably has attracted you to becoming a freight broker in the first place is that you might have heard that this is something called a recession-proof business. In general, I don't think any business is technically recession-proof. Of course, you can argue that people spend less money on entertainment or travel or things like that, but whether it's a recession or not, people are always going to be spending money. And the benefit that we have being in freight and logistics is that things don't stop moving just because there's a recession, right? A country could be going broke, but they still need to get things from A to B. There still needs to be truck drivers. Otherwise, there's a lot bigger problems than just finding loads, right? If trucks aren't moving, there's a lot bigger problems in the country. And at that point, you got to be looking for shelter, getting your savings in order. You got to be looking for water and food and all the essentials. You got to get your family together in the basement and make sure you guys can survive. All right, that's the disaster that would happen if logistics just completely cut off. When we think about the recession and what kind of brokers come out of it stronger and which ones survive and which ones fall off, there are certain things that you can do to make sure that you are personally prepared and make sure that you are one of the ones that come out on top. All right, I want everybody who watches this channel to be one of the brokers that come out of this stronger than when they went in. So I'm sort of going to explain the dynamics of what happens during a recession, where to shift your focus, where to shift your funds and your energy so that you're prepared for this thing and you don't fall behind and you don't catch yourself at the grocery store stocking up on toilet paper like everybody else who's just focusing on the bad of what's to come. All right, I'm personally looking forward to the recession, and that's just because I just have conditioned myself to welcome a challenge. I love when things get difficult because that means that I have an opportunity to grow, our business has an opportunity to grow, and you just can't back down. All right, so that's what I want to instill onto you. So without any more distractions, let's get into number one thing that you need to do to survive and thrive during a recession as a freight broker. So the number one thing that you need to focus on as a freight broker during any time really, but more so than in a recession, is the trend. And now trends are something that people talk about all the time. The stock market has a trend. Is it trending up? Is it trending down? There's trends in everything that we do, and that is not different in freight. Except there's a few different trends that you might be thinking about, right? So when I say trend, the first thing that might come to your mind is, what's the trend in freight rates? Are they going up? Are they going down? Honestly, I don't care. Freight brokers don't set the freight rates, carriers do. So you as a freight broker need to get that out of your head that freight rates are not what you should be worried about right now. You need to worry about what kind of freight is moving. Okay, and you don't want to be left as one of the brokers who is not versatile and can diversify your services, right? This is why I always preach niching down is stupid, because if you niche down and there's a recession and you're stuck only moving one type of freight that's just not moving, you're going to go out of business. That's just the reality. So anybody who's telling you to niche down right now is full of crap. Okay, so what are we looking for when we look at trends? When we look at trends, we're looking for what are people shipping, what industries are thriving during the recession, because there's always some, which industries are dying. Let me give you an example. During COVID, my company does a lot of liquid bulk chemicals. So all those tankers you see on the road, we handle a lot of that work. Once that hand sanitizer rush picked up during the first wave of the COVID pandemic, we were getting 5 to 10 calls a day of people looking to ship alcohol, because alcohol goes into the hand sanitizer, right? So everybody around us is saying, oh, we have no loads, there's no freight, nothing's going on. But meanwhile, we hit this pocket where we were able to say, look at this trend. Everybody's buying hand sanitizer. What goes in hand sanitizer? Alcohol goes in hand sanitizer. We can ship alcohol. That's who we're going to go after. So we weren't focused on all the news. We weren't focused on the fact that food plants were shutting down, that retail took a dive. But brokers who only had produce accounts and brokers who only had retail accounts were suffering. They had to close their doors because nobody was going to the mall. Food plants had to be shut down, right? That ruins the inbound and outbound deliveries. So because we're versatile, because we never took that horrible advice to niche down in freight, we were able to adjust and have a great year. Okay, so when these times come up, you have to be watching the news and you have to see, where is there a little pocket that I could squeeze myself into and take advantage of a surplus, right? And that might be toilet paper, right? Who knows? Who knows what it's going to be this recession? But there's always going to be people spending money, and there's always going to be places where you could direct your attention where you're going to get a better return if you focus on them. Okay, just from the past experience, food is always going to be in high demand. Things like I just said, like alcohol, cleaning supplies, chemicals, production still needs to go. Retail is going to be tough because disposable income is going to be very low for consumers. So they're just not going to be buying as much as they usually do. That means companies are not going to be ordering. Okay, so you need to develop this holistic view of the world economy. And that starts really, you can just watch the news, look at the consumer indexes, read financial reporting, see what sectors are doing really well. If the semiconductor sector just takes off, maybe look into technology. What components go into that? And who can you call in those industries to try to get some freight? Okay, so that's number one thing that you need to think about is, where is the trend, what's moving, and where are people spending the little money that they're willing to spend? Okay, it's very important. The second thing that you need to do as a freight broker when you're coming up on a hard time like this is you need to keep your team very lean. A lot of freight brokers, and a lot that I've spoken to in the last few weeks, I was surprised at how many employees they have and agents versus how much revenue and profit that they're doing. Guys, you don't need that much support in every single department. Just to give you an idea, we have about 15 people and we do upwards of $20 million per year in freight. And that's between 8 to 10 people. The amount of volume that we're pushing, I've seen comparable departments in places like the big mega brokers of 3 people doing the job of 1. Okay, so you have to put your focus on this time. Like, you're not looking to go higher. You're looking to maximize what you currently have. If you're a jack of all trades right now, if you're doing everything for your business from accounting to operations, we're going to talk about that next. But this is not the time that you're looking to just really grow faster than you're ready. Really, that's what it comes down to. If you do take on more than you can handle, that's going to cause you to collapse. Right? So like right now, we're not looking to hire a bunch of people and just really hit the phones and hit the load boards. We're not looking to do that. We're looking to make the operations that we have going on right now more efficient. Because again, even though it's a recession-proof business, like I just said, you still have to be careful and you still have to direct your attention and energy in the right places. So keep your team lean, develop your process and your systems so that you can operate smoothly with less people and less support. And the third thing that you need to do to survive and thrive during a freight recession is to cut your expenses. You have to start keeping an eye on every dollar that you spend. You're going to be getting a lot more heavy marketing campaigns from companies. Why? The same reason that you're making heavy marketing campaigns to shippers. Everybody is going to be looking to squeeze every dollar they can out of each other. Carriers are going to squeeze it out of you. You're going to squeeze it out of your customers. Your customers squeeze it out of their customers, and so on and so on and so on. You have to make sure that every dollar you spend has a purpose behind it. Don't go buying ads in magazines and bus stops. I just heard that the other day. Somebody bought an ad at a bus stop. I was like, what are you doing? Don't be spending money on programs that you don't need. For example, I know one of the competing carrier packet companies that can, they do onboarding of carriers. They charge like $4,000 a year. Now, I'm actually coming up with a solution to that. More on that in another video. The way it stands right now, that $4,000 a year can be used to spend on marketing or hiring an assistant or hiring a cold caller or somebody to help you with your accounting books. So if there's something that you can do and save a few $100s a month, if you're not making thousands and thousands of dollars in profit, save that money. Use that money for living expenses. Put it in your savings. There is no harm in saving more than you need right now. All right. So make sure that every dollar you spend has a purpose behind it. And if you don't know what to do, if you're weighing the options, please go down in the description and join my free Facebook group. You can ask these questions right to me in my Facebook group, and I'll tell you, because more likely than not, I've been there and done that. All right. I'm trying to help you guys. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me. Go down, click on the link that says free group. Just click it, join it, invite yourself in, and I will let you in myself. Okay. Those are the three things that you need to keep an eye on and keep in mind as we navigate this recession. As always, I'm going to be here helping you every step of the way with these free videos. I'm trying to up the volume to 2 to 3 of these videos per week. So once again, make sure you are subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss the next one. All of these videos are packed with value that not only help you from a conceptual standpoint, but they help you take action. And that's the important thing when it comes to being a freight broker. You need to be able to take consistent action, especially right now when people are really struggling. I don't want you to be in a situation where you have to close the doors and give up on your dreams. So to put yourself in an even better position to navigate this, what I recommend you do is go down to the description below, right below this video. You're going to see something there called free presentation. Click on that free presentation and sit through it. Invest the 45 minutes into my masterclass. It's completely free. It gives you the 3 pillars that you need in order to grow your brokerage to 6 figures in the next 12 months. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to do that, but when you watch this presentation, you're going to be in a better spot then than you are right now. All right. That's the only thing that I can guarantee. As always, I spill the beans on everything, all the inside outs, and I give you a lot of tactics and tricks that we use in our brokerage that are guaranteed to be better than what you're doing right now. All right, so make sure you go down there. It says free presentation. Check that out. Watch it on your own time. It's playing all the time. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Join that group that I mentioned below. That's the best place to be. When you're surrounded by like-minded individuals and you're able to bounce ideas off each other, that's how you grow. All right, and that's the community that I created right down in the description. All right, until the next video, I'll see you soon, and I hope you stick around so that we can help you navigate anything that comes our way in the next few months. I'll talk to you soon.